Hola, buenos dias. My name is Marina and I am studying abroad in Madrid, Spain. A little bit about me. I am studying history and Spanish here at 𝗟𝗓𝗧'𝗦 University. I'm gonna take you along on my day today. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna show you my favorite places, my favorite things to do, and it's gonna be a fun time. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned. Now, first up in my day is we gotta eat something. So let me show you a traditional Spanish breakfast. So there's a handful of different traditional breakfasts here in Spain, but my personal go-to is toast and jam. I normally add a fruit on there, like raspberries, or I had some watermelon, maybe some pineapple, grapes, a banana. It kind of depends on the day, but I also do like a coffee. So these are like little coffees you could get at the store. I'll show you that in a minute. But jams are a big thing over here. So I have a strawberry jam with me right now. But a big thing in flavor you're gonna see in Spain is orange flavored everything. So be prepared. So I am a lover of coffee. Back in the States, I was a barista for years. So I need a good coffee in the morning and I like my coffee cold. So these are the best go-to things for international students, not just international students, just kind of anybody over here. These are like little pre-made like iced coffees, like the Starbucks ones in the States, except they're way cooler. And I'm gonna show you how you open it. So you like take the lid off and then there's, it says smile. This other lid, obviously you take that off. You try not to spill it everywhere. And you pop that lid back on, and then you got a little opening, and you can drink it just like a coffee. And it's cold and it's nice. So that's my go-to, energy drink. Okay, now that breakfast is done, it's time to go hit the gym. So let's go. Okay, how much is the gym there? So it actually took me about a month to figure this out. I go to Fit Up in San Bernardo area in Madrid. And I believe for about 2.5 months, I came in midway through March and I was like, hey, I'm here till the end of May. Can I get a membership? And I had a lot of help. There were English speakers there so they could help me out. And it ended up being only about 40 euros. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I can personally help you out with that. But I recommend just going in person and asking about deals and say when you're here to when you leave. That's my suggestion. Any prior knowledge of Spanish? Yes, I did. So I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. So I got a really good understanding of vocab and grammar, but I severely lacked conversation skills and comprehending skills. That was just not something that was really taught at my high school. So when I came here, I could read and write really well, but I couldn't really speak it. So I was quite worried. But once you get here, just a good tip on learning is you're fully immersed. And that's the greatest thing that can happen to you. When you order a coffee, it's in Spanish. When you ask, a question at your college, it's in Spanish. When you order at a restaurant, it's in Spanish. And if you're in a homestay like I am, my host mom, she speaks only Spanish. So you kind of just start picking things up. And, now it's 3 months down the line, and I think I can hold a pretty good conversation in Spanish. So you'll be okay. Okay, so today, luckily, I only had one class. And now I'm currently sitting outside waiting for my roommate to meet up with me. We actually found a American breakfast place, with pancakes and waffles and French toast and things like that. And that sounds amazing. So we're gonna go check that out and I'll take you along with me. I am back home and ready to start answering some questions. So what classes am I taking? So I'm taking 4 classes right now. I have a Spanish language class, fundamental aspects of Spanish art, modern art and architecture, and European studies, and I love them all. They're amazing. So this is actually a kind of tricky question for me. So are my classes electives or towards my major? So when I first came here, I had a different major than what I'm actually going for right now. Back then, they were just electives, and that's what we chose them off of. But now that I have actually switched my major into more of a history one, hopefully they will apply more towards my major, hopefully. But I do know, and I have a couple, students in my classes that are taking like specific for their major classes, like sports management, things like that. So if you are coming here like later on and you need some credits for your major still, there's options, so don't worry. Okay, do I have classes with only AIFS students, or is it mixed with other programs and locals? Yes, it is mixed. So it depends heavily on your level. If you're higher level, you'll most likely be with locals, but just in general, it's kind of a mix of everybody that's here in Madrid that's at 𝗟𝗧𝗦 personally. So some of my close friends, they're actually with different programs like ISA or Spanish study abroad, just different things like that. And they're some of my closest friends. But I also have friends from AIFS. I have a couple locals who are some of my good friends, and even you meet people from all around the world, which is amazing, and just from different programs. My roommate, she's actually just here to learn Spanish, like simply learn Spanish, and she's from Thailand. So you get to meet a very diverse, group of people. What's the vibe of the city? I will add a couple clips of just like fun things that I've done around in Madrid, so you kind of get the idea and the vibe yourself. You can determine it, but personally, the vibe is like very relaxed compared to the US. Frankly, I was quite nervous coming over here, not knowing what to expect. I personally had never been to Spain before. I came over here and everything's just calm in a way. Like, everybody appreciates the little things over here, and I think it just brings a really good essence of life and humanity back into the world. And I love the way and ideologies of, Spanish people. And I can elaborate on that more if you guys want, but yeah, I think it's a very nice, like, down-to-earth vibe. I think one big thing that everybody tells people is that you have to go into Seoul, like you have to go see Plaza Mayor, things like that, which, yeah, I think it's cool to do a walkthrough, but I think it's kind of like a one-and-done type of situation. It's a very touristy area. So if you want to go out in Madrid and have some fun, I recommend going to like Gran Via. They have a bunch of theaters. I just went to a musical last night, but they have a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of shops, like big courtyards, but it's more just like local, and it's more like where you go and like hit the town, I guess. I think the parks are beautiful. Retiro Park is amazing, Casa de Campo, and of course you have to make a trip to the Prado Museum, Reina Sofia, and if you have time, you should check out the Royal Palace, because that's also amazing and beautiful. Okay, have I traveled with AIFS or on my own? Yes, I have. So I've done both. So AIFS is really awesome about offering activities and like day trips and different, just weekend trips to the students. They're really awesome about it. They have something about once a week. Every other week, I know there's like a day trip. Like last weekend, I was in Segovia. I've gone to Granada with them. They actually had an opportunity. They took a bunch of kids to Morocco. So that was really fun, I heard. And then as for my own, I have not traveled as much as other international students have. But for spring break, I actually ended up in Moldova, and I was doing some volunteer work over there and came back through Italy. So that was really fun. And then just back home. So not much, but I am hoping that I can travel more when I come back next year. No, it is not a dumb question at all. I was completely worried about this too, but it's to die for, I kid you not. But I will say, I hope you like seafood. I did not realize how much, shrimp and other, just like fish and tuna and all this stuff that were gonna be in everything. So I recommend you either, make sure, you learn the vocab for like different fish, so you can like look at the menu, make sure if you don't like fish, you can like pick it out, things like that. But the meals, they're amazing. Like traditional Spanish meals like tortillas de patatas, paella. I love paella. I love tortilla. Everything is, I'm gonna be really sad when I go home and not have it. This is an amazing question. Did I save up money apart from paying tuition? Yes, I did. You're gonna need to save up however much you think you will spend within like 3 to 4 months, depending on, the person, but a lot of us don't have any source of income coming in, so you kind of rely on your savings. Depending on if you're in a homestay, sometimes they have meal plans, things like that. I personally get breakfast and dinner for free every day, but that still leaves lunch for me to buy every day. So I, saved and put away money that would, last me a couple months for, lunches, things like that. When you get here, you're going to want to shop too, just Spanish styles are very different from, the US. So you're going to want to shop, maybe change out a few things, get knickknacks, souvenirs, things like that. So just have money for whatever you think, will last you for a couple months. What do I miss most about the US? Physically, I miss being able to drive. That's a big thing. I love driving my car. I love going around, going on drives, going through the hills. That was like one of my favorite things. But, emotionally, what do I miss? I miss my friends and my family. I love my parents. I'm kind of excited to see them. And I got 2 best friends. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Adriana. And I'm really excited to give them big old hugs and say hi. Okay, hi Jacqueline, I think that's how you pronounce your name. But how far is my commute from my home state to 𝗟𝗡𝗧? So I got very, very lucky with my placement. I am actually about a 5-minute walk from my campus. So every day, give or take with like traffic, things like that. But give or take 5 minutes, I'm just about 2-3 blocks away, so I got very lucky. What program did I go with? I went with the Spanish Plus program. My main goal coming over here was, to keep decent grades, good grades, and to become as fluent as I possibly could in Spanish. So Spanish Plus was the way to go for me. Nearing the end of the night, and that means I gotta sign off here soon. So I just wanted to come on here and say that this day was super fun, and I normally don't do things like this, so thank you for the opportunity to help out and answer all your questions. I hope I gave you peace of mind, helped encourage you to take this step into the direction of studying abroad, because I can't stress it enough, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Just a reminder, my DMs are always open, so if you want to DM me anything, quick questions, I can help you out, or just get to know me, because I love people and I love making friends, so I'm always there. Last but not least, make sure again that you click the link in the bio to get more information on studying abroad. I promise you won't regret it.